Hey, back again for another daily update, and it is number 200 today. I can't actually, well, I can believe that I've kept it going because I was fairly certain that that's what was going to happen when I started back on January 1st. But even so, I feel quite triumphant having made it to the first 200 of these videos. Something happened today. I was out for a walk this morning with the dog, and what I've been doing recently when I've been out walking, not so much. I don't ever run listening to music or anything, but when I walk, I've been listening to Audible, and it's just another easy way for me to get another 30 minutes of content. Not creation. What's the opposite of creation? My brain's not working anymore at this end of the day. But I've been absorbing content for another 30 minutes or so at the start of the day, and I've been listening to. I can't remember the name of the book now. I had about half a dozen Audible credits, so I just went yes, take buy, because otherwise I was going to lose the credits. So this particular one though is like a collection of Nightingale and Conan books. So it's people like Jack Canfield, Wayne Dyer, Richard Koch. They're sort of kind of personal development type people, and it's sort of a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of the other. And some really good stuff in there. It's about 16 hours worth, but I was listening to it on 1.25 times at the speed, so it takes a little bit less, well, a quarter less time than that. But I finished listening to it last week, and I'm just listening to it for the second time. And this is something that I've never really fully embraced until quite recently. Once I've finished reading something or listening to something, I go through it for a second time, because there's always bits in there on the second pass that I pick up that I either completely missed or I've had time to think about after the first pass, and consequently I always believe, you read something for the second time, do a course the second time, you're a different person. You have different perspectives, different experiences. I did this when I studied neuro-linguistic programming. I did it the whole 12-month course, and then I did it again the following year. Just repeated all of the same modules, and got a tremendous amount more out the second time as well. But anyway, so I was out walking, and something must have just triggered me to think of this. But I kind of had to stop, pause the thing, and recorded it so I wouldn't forget it. But basically, I had the idea of coming up with a series of short videos, which I'll probably end up doing live into my On the Wagon group. I might try and get some of the recordings onto here. Yeah, actually, I could do that. Actually, that is something. And maybe I'll do it on here, and then put the recordings into On the Wagon. That's what I shall do. Good thinking. Make a note of that when I finish. But basically, maybe 7 or 8 to 10 short 7 to 10 minute long teachy pieces where I'm teaching some of the content from the forthcoming book, working title From Knowing to Doing, which is also the content from the presentation that I'm creating. So I've got this goal of creating this presentation by August the 6th or 7th or whenever it was, this is going to give me that essentially this is going to be snippets of that presentation. So if I can get more practice in with delivering these, actually doing them to a camera, getting some feedback from people as well, in the sense of making sure it makes sense, then that's going to be a really, really important part of the process. Really useful. It's not really an important part, but it'll be a very useful part of the process for me. So I had this idea when I was out walking, jotted it down. I did a bit of journaling when I got back, wrote some bits down in the journal, and now here I am expressing my intention on my daily video. So that's what's going to happen. And actually thinking about it, with only 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks to go until I've said that I'm going to get this presentation finished, I better get a wriggle on with this. And there's nothing of the... I've written down a kind of a list. I did it in On the Wagon, the group earlier, and I wrote down maybe 7 or 8 different things that I could speak about, just to kind of gauge the reaction, the response, see if people would find it interesting. I kind of figured that they would. So I already have my list, and there's no reason why I can't get cracking with some or all of them even now. And I probably won't do it as live. If I'm going to do it through here, I'll do them as a recording, but I'll still try and do them in a one-shot, prepare them a little bit more, because I want to make sure that they're concise. So strip down anything that is superfluous. That'll be another challenge for me as well, to be concise. Anyway, that's my update for the day. I'm off this evening to... I went to jiu-jitsu last night, and this evening I'm off to a seminar a jiu-jitsu seminar, which isn't actually a sitting down listening to people talk. It's a series of 8 of the UK's best jiu-jitsu coaches and fighters. Are all taking it in turns to teach something in the jiu-jitsu seminar this evening. So it'll be very physical, 2.5 hours long. But it's my coach Chris who's putting this together. So I've got to go over to Abingdon later on to do that. So looking forward to that. And I definitely won't get a chance to do an update later on. So I figured I'd take this opportunity, nice out in the garden. Got my little puppy down here. He talks. And I'll speak to you again tomorrow on update number 201. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, comment, do all those good things. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.